6 months you were already, sir.
Yes, I'm so glad to still continue with part 3 of the storyteller, which I was talking about my father and my mother. And part 3 is like this, and I think you will have the full understanding of what I'm saying. I'm telling you about a storyteller, and many father leave their wife and children in many ways. Some father end up a prison. Some father end up go to foreign and never came back. And some father, the way all my father left my father died in 1965. And that's how he left my mother with 7 children, 6 dead born, and 1 never born. He born the same month my father died. That's the same month my brother born. So he don't know a father. But he died and left all of us with our mother. And where our mother go through it in a rough way. She alone have to fight the way with us. The journey with our mother, it was a rough journey. But thank God for our mother. He fight through the journey and carry us through. But it wasn't an easy piece. But what I did this about make it a storyteller, and I started with my mother. And I know many mothers go through a struggle, go through the journey. And the good thing about it, my mother was going through the journey and she never feared no evil. She was looking up to his creator. He said, yea, do I walk through the valley, the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. She was a believer. She believed that God will help her to carry us through. And God really carries us through. And I thank God for who I am today. And because of the goodness of God and the way our mother try her best with us. She do it until she can't do no more. But I want to tell you that when I look back on it, it's not an easy piece when you have a husband and your husband die and left you with 7 small children and you have to go all the way. The best thing you can do is to look to God and say, God, help me to go through. And when you call on God, I want to tell you that God hear and answer prayer. And with God, all things are possible. And God can make something work out for you. But I grow up and I see what God do. I learn so much from God. How God can work out things. And I realize with God, all things are possible. And our duty is to trust God and live. And in short, we can call upon Jesus. You know, if we see Jesus walking in the water, if we lift our faith, likewise we can walk on the water. We can say to the Lord, bid me to come. and he can bid it to come. But one thing we have to do is to keep our eyes on Jesus. For if we take off our eyes, we will start to drift away and we will start to sink. But the best thing we can do is to focus on God and continue to trust Him, continue to do our best and to live for Him, and make up our mind to be strong in the Lord, and He will carry us through. But if we take off our eyes, we're not going to walk just like how we start. Oftentimes we start for God and we take our eyes off Jesus. And that's where we started to sink. Continue to focus on God. And God will carry you through the journey. Thank you for listening to me. And as I said, the story before my father died, he looked at my mother and a couple people were there and he said, "You see that woman over there? She do." At first he said, I do nobody nothing. My hand is clean. He said, once somebody I do something, and see her over there, she become the head cornerstone. So you see why I'm saying this? I'm saying this for you to say that two wrong cannot make wrong right. It cannot make one right. There's no doubt about it. I know there's time my mother hurt from my father behavior, but she never, when he took sick, he never refused when doing what she can do. She do her best. I remember my mother when she look after fish, and my father come and get him dinner. No street bone in it. The fish had not in it. She take out all the bone and she take off the head. And that's the kind of caring she was doing for my father. So my mother was so caring about her husband. I'm wondering, I don't think I would want, even now, I don't think I would want something like that for get a fish. I eat a whole of fish with them. When I find big or whatever, or it's a piece of fish, I want it with the bone and everything. But my father was enjoying life from my mother. If he's eating fish, he don't have to search for bone. And that's the way my mother was treating my father. So my father word inside done nobody, nothing. My hand is clean. But once somebody I done something and see her over there, and she became the head cornerstone. And I want to say we can overcome evil with good. And I think my mother was overcoming evil with good, but she was doing her best. And I want to tell you, only your best it's good enough. So think about it and what thoughts you might going through. Just do your best. Only your best is good enough. Make your hand clean. Make your hand be a clean hand. And don't do evil for evil. Leave it there. Make your hand clean. God bless you. God bless you. Thank you.